Peace, y'all. Welcome to the Campaign Live Show, Tuesday, April Fool's Day. Tuesday, April Fool's Day. Man, do we got some fools or do we got some geniuses or a combination of both? Um, you see the title, Kanye or Ye, fresh off the DJ Academics interview that he just did, I think yesterday. Aired on Rumble. Check it out on Rumble, the whole interview. And of course, it's fair use. But he says some stuff, man, that's kind of profound that I actually agree with. Whenever he get on his rant about the small caps, I'm pretty much 99% of the time in agreement. And this is no different. Hopefully, I'm gonna wait till maybe 60 more seconds. Um, I don't think, as much as I be in agreement with Ye on his stance, his public stance and activism against them small caps, I don't think that I probably would be able to hang around him too long. Because I think we both got strong personalities and we wouldn't be able to, you know, be headstrong. We wouldn't be able to really, you know, uh, hang out. I don't know. I ain't never met him as far as I know, but um, his ideas of, I guess, value and success seem to be rooted a lot in um, money and fame and influence, accomplishments. But not saying that that's not true, because that is a definition of success in most people's eyes. But if you're talking about principles and spirituality and God business, then money and success, absolute. I mean, money is absolutely not success, money or fame or influence, because nobody got more fame and influence than Satan. And Satan is not successful in the eyes of God. So, but yeah, that being said, we're gonna kind of go through this first, and then we're gonna get on it live.
This guy.
That's him changing into his ish. That's his ish.
Why say Virgil after he passed?
I'm evil.
You don't think about like his family and other people that love him?
I am an evil person.
He said, "Why you say F Virgil Roberts, the dude, his ex homie / employee that went and worked for Louis Vuitton and became, I guess, big over at Louis Vuitton." And he said, "I'm evil." That's really, the emotional, childish troll answer, because if we've been following, he didn't say it exactly why, he got a problem with dude and he was calling him whatever he was calling him while he was alive. So, not taken up for that. But if you look in a dictionary under the phrase "no filter," you're gonna see Kanye picture. Kanye don't got no filter, so don't ask him nothing if you don't expect a raw answer, because he talk like a broke ninja. Kanye talk like a regular street broke ninja on the basketball court or in the locker room or in the barber shop. He do not talk like a multi-billionaire, and that's why I love him. That's what I love about him. So if you got a real op, I'm not saying that dude, I don't know what level of op he was considered to him, but just because you black don't mean that you can't be a Satan. Don't just much because you black don't mean you can't be my biggest op. If you do something to violate me or my family, and I get you up out of here, I take you off the planet. I'm gonna talk just as bad about you off the planet as you was on the planet. So I don't respect you just because you're not here. So I understand that principle, and I'm with that principle. If that's really your op, I don't pray for my op. I don't wish like people like, I don't wish jail or such and such on nobody. Yes, I do. What am I popping at you for then? What am I calling you my op for real? Like, if it's that serious, I do wish jail and deletion on you, and I'm gonna try to make it happen. That's what I do with my ops. I don't know the street rules or the street code or whatever the do's and don'ts. I'm telling you the manhood laws of nature code. I wish all of that on my enemies, and I'm gonna try to make it happen. My best to make it happen. So by him saying, I'm an evil person, that's just to me just a cop out, a frustrated, emotional way of saying F it, because F it, that's why. So I don't know, I can't speak for Ye like that because I don't know his relationship with Virgil, but he's gonna go a little more into it. Fair use for what it's worth. Salute DJ Academics. Let's
You
listen.
don't think that? I feel like you've always represented God-fearing ideals, though.
Yeah.
So how could you identify?
God has the wrath.
He said, God has the wrath. So he said, I'm evil. And I said this earlier. The Bible even say in Isaiah, God said, I make peace and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So it wouldn't be no such thing as evil if God didn't create it. So if Ye is saying I'm like God, I'm trying to be God-like, and God creates evil, and God, regrets and feels grief and frustration and anger and wrath, and then he mass deletes human beings from that emotion, then that's his justification. Seemed like to me.
You only play with God for so long. Why do I have problems with almost every celebrity? Because they're jealous. And they should be, because I'm better than them.
He said, I'm better than them. I mean, is that wrong? Is that wrong or is that correct? Do he have the right to say I'm better than them if he make more money based on what this world's definition of success or better or worse is? Is there better basketball players than others? Are there better rappers than others? Are there better businessmen and businesswomen than others? Are there better musicians than others? Are there better boxers than others? Do we got the right to say that? And is he wrong?
Because I'm more anointed and I'm appointed. And I understand the jealousy in the hearts of men, but they had to understand the wrath of the king also.
Hey, he calling himself the king, right? He claiming Christianity, and according to what we've been taught for the last 400 some years here in the Christian Bible, ye are all gods. Yea, Yeezy. Yea are all gods, children of the Most High. So is it anything wrong with him calling himself a king or a god and saying that he got wrath just like the God got wrath? I'm just asking questions because I can relate to all of that. I don't necessarily relate to his personality or the way that he kind of expresses himself, but he ain't lying. I ain't seen no lies yet.
And it's the final heartbreak. You know how many fucking rappers and celebrities went against me for the Trump shit? Then I understand with the Jewish shit, but I wasn't lying on that shit.
You know how many rappers, my own peers, that I've been trying to please and trying to fit in with went against me and shunned me, and all the so-called gangster rappers, not all of them, but a few, the top gangsters on the West Coast is calling me the rainbow F-bomb, F-word, you know what I'm saying, and weird, and I can't even have an opinion about the white man that I want to vote for, which is Donald Trump, while y'all can vote for Joe Biden and Fauci and follow and obey the Fauci juice. So he's like, that's the ultimate heartbreak. Man, I feel you, Jay. I feel you, man. Even though I'm pretty sure we couldn't really hang out too long. We couldn't probably be in the same room too long because your opinion's too strong, and you might think that because of your wealth and fame that you're more correct than somebody that don't got that wealth and fame. So I'm not saying that's the case, but that's seemed to be what his frustration is, because he didn't prove himself more successful by ninja standards and by the industry peer standards, and they still don't respect him. So he just crashing out. That's what it seemed like to me. Lashing out and crashing out.
You used to be on, like, even certain language you felt just wasn't appropriate. You say you didn't want to get into secular music. I mean, I think even that track with 3 Stacks, where I think he wanted to curse or something like that, you're like, no, we got to keep it clean. Now when people are seeing how you're speaking, they're like, what happened to that yay? Like, how do you get from there to here? What changes, or what do you then realize?
I'm evil.
I'm evil. I'm gonna go back to evil. I'm Dr. Evil. I'm Dr. Evil. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when he keep invoking, I make peace and I create evil. I made the devil. I got my own reasons for making the devil. You know what I'm saying? And what's off limits about that? You know, the God. I'm playing Christian's advocate. I'm not even gonna call it devil's advocate. I'm playing Christianity advocate. All throughout the Bible, God changed his mind. Why Ye can't change his mind if he's following that Christian God? God changes his mind. If I'm a wipe you out, I can't call you a name. I can't cuss at you. What's worse, me cussing at you, or me actually wiping you out and drowning you, or sending fire and brimstone on you, like he did Sodom and Gomorrah, like God did Sodom and Gomorrah, Babylon, or Rome, or Egypt, or the people of Noah? What's worse, me cussing or me deleting you, mass deleting you?
This the real power of God. No white people, no black people, nobody could tell me what to say, think, talk, or who the fuck to be. And I'm happy everybody's so interested in me being me.
I'm happy so many people is interested. Everybody interested. And why are they interested? Because you have done something that nobody else has done, because they all claim success is money, and you made it to the heterosexual black male billionaire descendant of slave black descendant of slave billionaires club without the people that you calling out, without the small cap support. You might have started out with it, but you got your foot in the door and kicked the door all the way open and blew up their bridge. And I love that. I respect that. Like, he one of the greatest, I'm telling you, to me personally, even though we probably can't get along because of personality and headstrong, you know, we'll bump heads on other issues. But when it comes to what he's saying right now, man, I'm 1,000% in agreement with him.
Did you ever apologize for anything, or like, not necessarily regret, but like see things you've done or seen people you offended in the past and be like,
yeah, man, God hurts too.
There you go. He said, yeah, man, I regret a lot of stuff I done said or did or whatever to people in the past. One of them, he's talking about Jay. It hurt him that he had to hurt Jay-Z with his words recently. But that reminds me of Genesis in the Bible. He's a Christian. He, a new Christian or whatever. So if he's been studying the Bible and they talk about Noah and said God repented. It repented God. Like, who is God going to repent to? It grieved him at his heart, and he repented that he ever even made man or Adam, the Adamic race on the planet. And he wiped them out. He mass deleted them. But he was hurt. He was grieved and he was hurt. And that's how he handled his hurt. He handled his hurt by mass deleting, according to the Bible. So if Ye is trying to follow the Bible, man, he ain't missed a beat. He on it. You know what I'm saying? According to what the Bible say.
It hurts me. I experience pain. People be thinking, oh, is he suicide? No, I deal with pain and I administer pain also. Yeah, me, Pink Polo, I administer pain.
Pink Polo F-bomb, rainbow F-bomb. I administer pain. I love that. I'm all with that. I don't believe in turning no other cheek. I don't believe in, too many times. I will to my suffering people that went through the same hell that I have, talking about the descendant of slaves. But to the open enemy that he talking about, nah, ain't no other cheek. It's zero tolerance, no second chances. All right. Strictly about redistributing the pain, like Martin Luther King said. Dr. Martin Luther King, your favorite black leader, said we got to redistribute the pain. Yeah.
Mentally. Because none of these niggas is psycho or as smart as me. At least not the niggas. I can't say for the tech dudes. Okay, that's some other shit. But artists be dumb, bro.
Artists be dumb. Absolutely correct. deaf, dumb, and blind, mentally dead. Our peer group, this so-called hip-hop culture, pure trash. Pure trash. I'm talking about the commercialized version that everybody chasing this bag on. The real hip-hop or rap gods and legends and angels don't do it for money and fame. They do it to deliver a message, just like the slave Negro spiritual, the slave songs. You know what I'm saying? The Underground Railroad is to share information and share warnings, share messages. It ain't for money, it's for survival, it's for mental resurrection. So
It's like they can't even count, bro.
he said they dumb. He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
Jewish people run their whole
Say small caps run their whole program. Small caps run their whole program. They couldn't even get nowhere without them.
The lawyers run their whole shit, our whole shit. And it's the other shit. I don't really have a problem with Kendrick. I would never call Kendrick a, you know.
That's beautiful. I love that. I said that earlier when I heard it. I really don't have a problem with Kendrick, with K. Dot. I love K. Dot. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like what happened with the song and that whole idea. I don't like how they used Kendrick. That's right. And also, I don't like him saying he the number one because I'm the number one.
I mean, that's that righteous God competition. That don't mean you my op. That don't mean like I want to see you deleted or in jail or in prison. But if you boxing or if you're a basketball player, you any type of competitor in business, sports, anything, you're gonna say I'm the best, I'm the greatest, and you're gonna run them stats. You're gonna run them stats. You're gonna put your body of work up against their body of work. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, if you talking about spiritually as a human being, you're better than somebody else. Now that's satanic. That's expressing Satanism, because that's I'm better than somebody else for general value reasons, and that's wrong.
So those are my two things.
People think that that's jealousy. They feel like even when you criticize the Super Bowl performance, or you're like, man, I didn't like him on Cardi's album. He got too many verses. Like, yeah, he could rap, but we ain't want to hear this shit.
Y'all don't go to church? God is an angry God. God is a jealous God. What are you talking about? I'm the closest thing to God on earth.
So we know he don't mean that literally, but he's talking about in his genre, in his music and fashion, entertainment genre, he probably is. I won't disagree with that, because according to the definition of success of y'all, fans and other people that's in the entertainment industry, is all superficial. If he surpassed all of them in influence, money, independent of the small cap people, for him to go from millions to 100 millions to billions and then lose all of that by going against the small caps and then gaining it back without, while still going against the small caps. Oh man, he has to be. Name somebody else that's a descendant of slave that's going against the small cap publicly, that's successful as he is, with money and with influence. Ain't nobody more successful. So he is the closest thing to God on earth in the rap game. I don't know about fashion. I don't know about all of that. Probably so, because all of them is full of satanic freaks. But I still don't disagree with it.
And I act just like how God acts. Whatever interview you did previous to the interview of this interview, I guarantee you it's going to be more of a blessing than the previous interview. So what does God do? Bless. God has used me to bless. John Legend, boom. Amber Rose, Kim, Travis, Cardi. You get what I'm saying? So whatever is here, the blessings run through me. But in that same way, I'm angry.
I like that. See? He said, God used me. Even though he talking, tough, like I'm God, I'm the king. He ain't that crazy. he ain't off his rocker. He just popping his stuff. He popping his stuff like Muhammad Ali. I'm the greatest. I'm the savior of the boxing world. I'm this. You're supposed to do that if you're a public figure. You're supposed to do that if it's a competition, a competitive sport. But he giving the credit to the real God. He's saying, I'm like God. God is angry, so I'm angry. God is jealous, so I'm jealous. God used me to bless people. I don't got the power. I'm not the creator of the heavens and the earth. I don't got the power just of me. He ain't said nothing wrong yet. We just don't like a successful heterosexual black man that could pop his stuff, that could stand on his accomplishments and pop his stuff when we so super tough and we ain't able to accomplish what he was able to accomplish. So I really agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I really agree with that based on his belief system in Christianity. Based on what Christianity teach, he probably one of the most successful, if not the most successful, black descendant of slave artist, rapper, who's trying to follow the Christian Bible.
I'm jealous. So yes, I was jealous that Kendrick is on Cardi album, and I feel like that's two different genres. It seemed like J. Cole and Kendrick would be more like, I like mixing genres and shit, but yeah, I'm jealous. Yeah.
See, like I said, dude is honest. He straight said, I'm jealous. I was jealous, and I am jealous of Kendrick or K. Dot. But that's showing his weakness, meaning his misunderstanding or immaturity or April foolishness of worrying about the whatever organization that makes Kendrick be able to have a Grammy or to perform at the Super Bowl. You still putting too much value on them people. You either got to be like F them small caps altogether, or play ball with them. You can't be mad when they do what you say they do. You got to leave them all the way alone and just stun on them all the way, because they are going to take your brothers and sisters and raise them above you. So that ain't about jealousy. That's about understanding that's the science of war. And that's what the ops is going to do. That's what they do. That's called Willie Lynch. You know what I'm saying? COINTELPRO. They know exactly what you want, so they're going to give it to your brother and give it to your sister just so they could troll you, just so they could trigger you to do something stupid. And then they're going to go after your family. They're going to go after your children. All that COINTELPRO, CIA, Satan, small cap business.
Hearing this for the first time, yeah, I'm not on it.
Yeah, so like I said, from what I heard, I ain't got no disagreement. I just know based on his personality, and just like Dame Dash, salute Dame Dash. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? We never hung out, but he did me a solid on that Culture Vulture record when I was dissing Vlad and people like Vlad. But he got a strong personality because of his successes, because of his independence. Heterosexual black men that have a track record and have the experience of building wealth and building so-called success on their own without compromising their manhood, they got super headstrong personalities that's not going to back down. You're going to bump heads. You might not be able to work with them, but for a few days, and then y'all just go like, man, I can't F with dude. It don't mean that he ain't right or he ain't, but he not willing to listen. Like once, when I say listen, once you done went against the grain and fought all of the hostile odds and the hostile environments to actually become what this world calls success, and then you get disappointed because the success of this world that you just went through all that hell for don't bring you peace. It don't bring you happiness. It don't bring you love. You like, man, you on a straight crash out mission. According to the teachings of the Nation of Islam, that's what one of the gods or the scientists went through that blew the moon out 66 trillion years ago, dealing with that same type of frustration and disappointment and heartbreak and being vexed you know what I'm saying, with his own wisdom, his own accomplishment, but not being able to get the people to see things his way, because people got their own free will that you can't force them to see things your way. But you're doing it for them, and you're a social creature. So it's no heartbreak like giving all you have and going through hell and all of that for the people that eventually is not going to accept you, and they're just going to reject you because they can. Because they can. They can just reject you because they can. You can show them every sign of success, every sacrifice that you did for them. They still get like, well, I didn't ask you to do that. Okay, well, I didn't ask you to do that. I don't believe that. I ain't got to do what you say do. And that'll drive you crazy if you're not mature enough. And you'll want to just delete everybody. You know what I'm saying? So God had that problem in the beginning, and he had to get a hold of himself. So even in the Bible, talk about the burning bush. That was symbolic. When Moses went to the burning bush, and the burning bush was God, it wasn't really a bush burning. It was just talking about God was so enraged in anger, but his anger was controlled. It wasn't burning everything else up. It was consumed. It was controlled. It was under control, but it was letting Moses know that I'm here because I'm enraged and I intend to destroy all of these Pharaoh and Egyptians or whatever, and I'm gonna use you to do it. So all of this is about rising above emotions into the thinking of God. Get out of our emotional feelings and think through it, and understand that human beings and human nature, you know, even though heaven and hell are kind of emotional conditions of life, we can't control nobody else's free will and free choices. You can physically try to control them, but that's, you know, bondage. That's injustice. You gotta let people choose whatever they're gonna choose. All you can do is deliver the message and be an example of, you know, success, or example of how things can be done. But success means different things to different people. So if you're trying to go from a God definition, a God standard, success means health. It means love. You know what I'm saying? Health and love. I'm talking about righteous love, because Satan's and freaks and demons love. They love freaking. They love crime. They love, you know what I'm saying, lawlessness. They love breaking the laws of nature. I'm talking about righteous, natural love of family, of your own self and your own kind, doing unto others the way what you would want others to do to you, treating others the way you want to be treated, and the satisfaction that we get by nature of by helping people, by helping others. Helping don't mean that they just poor. You help your children. If you got children, I'm helping them become better than me. I'm helping them to become wiser and stronger than me. I'm helping them to become the gods that the originator created us to be in the first place. So help don't always just mean charity. Help means help. You know what I'm saying? Help somebody get even more successful than they are. So that's our nature. But I'm 1,000% with. I understand, I understand black people in general, but we're not familiar with black people, especially black males. That's not rainbow. That's heterosexual. That's not slaves to the small cap. We think they crazy. We think they crazy, and that's why he had to get out of town, because you know they was rallying up some more troops to call him crazy, to try to do a Wendy Williams or whatever they, you know, get him back around somebody that could slip a Mickey in his drink and make him act out. You know, Lord knows he might got some Manchurian Candidate, MK Ultra hypnosis words that they had already installed him with. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I'm with Ye. I probably can't, like I said, I'm gonna stop saying that. I just understand strong-willed, headstrong people that been through hell and that's super greatly disappointed or heartbroken by their own people. After all of the success, after all, you know, what God really wants from us is gratitude, just respect and gratitude, just to be thankful. But then a lot of that, you know, lead us into a God complex. You know, I want to be acknowledged, and I want to, you know, be respected. But ultimately, that's why we say all praise is due to Allah. All, not most, not some. All praise is due to Allah. Now, if not channeling, but if I'm embodying Allah, if I'm manifesting Allah in my person, because all righteous people are Allah. So the Allah that I'm talking about is in me. Yeah, I should be shown some respect. I should be shown some thanks or some gratitude if the Allah in me, provided for or helped or saved or whatever the Allah in you, or grew the Allah in you, or woke up you, or you know what I'm saying. So I'm with that. But again, fair use. I don't like I said, strong-minded, headstrong black males, tend to bump heads because they're not gonna back down. They're not gonna be a punk. Dame Dash, for as I know, he ain't back down. He ain't been no punk. Ye ain't back down. He ain't been no punk. It's a few, of course, Minister Farrakhan and all the Nation of Islam, leaders ain't back down. It wasn't no punk, even if they was in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I'm talking about Malcolm X. He didn't back down. Maybe he should have. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the nature of, warrior men. Even same with Khaled. Brother Khaled these are all my loved ones. I didn't know Malcolm X, but I knew Khaled. But he was wrong. He was in the wrong on a position that he took, and he didn't back down. So we got that nature, and it's just hard. It's hard to establish seniority or who the authority is. If you think you the authority because you got more money, and that works in the devil world and devil business. That don't work in God world and God business. In God business, you're not the authority because you got the most money or most fame. Because the devil deceives the whole world. You know what I'm saying? And it's harder for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven than it is for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. All throughout the Bible and Quran, they talk about how abundance diverts us. It diverts us, and the love of money is the root of all evil. I don't mean money is evil, but it's how we start tripping. We start power tripping and wanting to be worshiped. We want ease. We get addicted to comfort and ease and get soft and get weak and turn into little devils and Satans and mischievous, thinking that we own people because I could buy you. Nigga, I could buy you. I'll buy this whole, no, you can't buy me. You could buy your own little burial plot because that's what you're going to buy playing with me like that, or playing with the real men and women like that. You can't just talk to real men and women no certain kind of way because you're going to get the prize that come with that. It's prizes that come with talking the wrong way to real men and women. So that's that's the God's value. That's God's grade level. So he's frustrated because everybody been claiming in Christianity, in this world, everybody claims God, but the God of Christianity, as we was given it, is a disappointment. It's not fulfilling. It don't bring you peace. It don't bring you happiness and love. It don't bring unity. It don't make a warrior out of you. You know what I'm saying? That's why he frustrated. He alone. Nobody else. He said, nobody can't follow me because nobody doing what I'm doing. You can't follow me. I can't be your leader because you're not even on my level. You haven't made $4, $5, $6, $7 billion. You ain't win against the small caps publicly like this. So you're not even willing to do it. My peers ain't even willing to do it. I know exactly what he's talking about. He just was blessed to get that far, that publicly going against him. But those that every member of the NOI is that. There's just the small caps know not to ever help us to get famous or to get no money like they did him. That's just facts. But I understand him, I overstand him, I understand him, all that. You know what I mean? But it's gonna come down to what our definition of success is. And anybody that never been to Emerald City, anybody that never been on the yellow brick road and been off to see the wizard and got there and pulled the curtain back and seen who the wizard really was and what that really was, and that was all a Hollywood movie set, smoke and mirrors, the heartbreak that comes with that. Like, damn, you mean to tell me my mama always told me believe in Jesus, pray to Jesus, get you a good education, stay in school, and everything gonna be all right. And I spent my whole life doing that, and then she died. Oh, Jesus didn't save her, and then once I did accomplish what she said I should accomplish, it didn't work for me neither. Yeah, that's very heartbreaking. That's very depressing. And you'll be very enraged and angered if you can't hold yourself down, or if you can't find some real divine knowledge and wisdom to substitute that false teaching with. And that's where he at right now. And a lot of us, you can claim what you want to claim. I'm not saying that, we don't believe in Jesus and Christ and all that. We are the Jesuses in the Christ. We are the body of Christ. That didn't happen 2020 some years ago. That's us. That's talking about us. So if we don't understand the real context of the Bible, then we gonna go into it confused and avoid in our life, and we're gonna come out of it a bigger April Fool than when we went in it. Extremely dissatisfied, extremely stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that we're doing the right thing based on what the Bible say and based on what my pastor say or my priest or the Pope or whoever. Like, nah, that don't align with the laws of nature and the laws of manhood and womanhood. Mm-hmm. DJ X1, hop on the live with me. Say Kanye done lost his dang mind. Let's talk about it. I disagree. I think, and this is no disrespect, but I think your mind is more lost than Kanye. Let's talk about it, DJ X1. I think your mind is more lost than his. Now let's line it up and prove it. Brother Cam wants you. Brother Cam wants to talk to you. I think you done lost your damn mind more than Ye. Now let's prove it. Hop on the live. There go the StreamYard link. Let's talk about it. Let me scroll through. ACM similar to some of the black people associated with the NBA turning their back on Kyrie. Absolutely. Absolutely, ACM. Absolutely. And we social creatures, and we doing all we do, for the love and the brotherhood and the admiration and the camaraderie of our teammates and all that. And we find out that they punks. You going out there trying to do a Kaepernick or a Kyrie, representing your own, trying to wake your own black people up to they true Hebrew Israelite self or they true original God identity, and then the people that sponsor you, your agents and your managers and the team owners and all of that start canceling you and threatening you and trying to force you to take the Fauci jab, and you don't do it. So now you the black sheep, now you the problem, you the troublemaker, you the Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner troublemaker on the plantation. Damn, nigga, I'm doing this for you. And you turning on me? Ah, that's terrible. So that's niggas that lost their mind right there. So I wanna hear from any of y'all that think Ye lost his mind. I think you're more lost than Ye. Anybody disagree with me? Hit the StreamYard link. And let's line it up. Let's go. Ramadan is over. I could talk rough and tough and raw with you. I think you more lost than Ye. Let's go. E.F. Hutton. No, not Hutton. E.F. Hamid. What up, Elijah? Salute. Walaikum salam. Eid Mubarak. Yeah. Elijah said, I see something huge. Me too. That's what I don't know. We might be seeing the same thing, and we don't got to give it away, it's military secrets or whatever, but yeah, I think we seeing the same thing. I think we seeing the same thing. Ahmad Jabril, salute, Wrench Mob, God Squad. Ye isn't crazy at all. He is showing you how to do it. How to do it if you got money at that level, money and influence, global influence, and billions with a B of independent black dollars. That's not dependent on the small caps. Yeah, ain't nobody know how to do that. Nobody. He can't relate to nobody. Who can he relate to other than Farrakhan? Who can he relate to other than Farrakhan? Nobody. 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 So let me run it down, man, and salute Ahmad Jabril. I see Overflow TV, Adrian X, salute Big Adrian, Righteous by Nature, L Maddox, salute all my mods. Tap, Tap say, bro, gonna keep up and end up in a custom-made hug himself a 6-arm jacket. Nah, I think it's past that. Like I said, if you think he's crazy, I think you more crazier. You know, it's two categories here. It's categories of people that think he's crazy. It's craziness and cowardice. I would rather be crazy than a coward. I would rather be called crazy than called a coward. Crazy means you saying what you want to say and doing what you want to do, and you telling them I'm not scared to die. Now what? Come get me. Come do me. Come delete me. That's what Kanye keep on saying. I don't hear y'all saying that. You know what I'm saying? I got more respect for Kanye than I got for people that's calling Kanye crazy. Straight out. J5, salute. Don Samuel, salute, Don. Cal Big Cool, I see you, Cal Big Cool. Gift 100. The microphone. Oh yeah, that Watch the Water. Yeah, we're gonna get on that in a minute. Microphone, Watch the Water. That Dr. Artist. I'm just scrolling ACM. Nate the Greatest, Wrench Mob, Nate the Greatest, Finish, salute from New Orleans and NO, Mr. Brooks. They want to break you mentally. Absolutely, they do. King G House. The word says God will take the foolish things and confound the wise. Man, that's a bar. Let me leave that up. G House. Leave that up on the screen real quick. Patrick Muhammad, walaikum salam. Mr. Soul, salute. Same day parlay, salute. My people show up yet? I don't see nobody showed up backstage yet. That's calling Ye crazy. So I guess he must not be that crazy. Safi Ali, salute, peace to the God. 1R, most people's minds are too brainwashed and simple to understand this. Yeah, I agree. 1R. Madon, I see you, Madon. You already know how we do it. Yeah, I guess that's it. So nobody showing up. They 304ing up. I can talk my ish. I can pop it now. Ramadan over with. Savior's Day over with. Full court wartime. Full offense. My offensive playbook is impregnable, impetuous. Mike Tyson. Oh, I'm on offense. I'm here to offend. I'm here to offend the enemy. I'm here to offend the ops. You oppose me. You disagree. I'm gonna call you out. Be careful what you comment, because I'm addressing all comments. It could be entertainment. You could say something just on some troll time, and I'm still gonna clown you with love and intelligence. I'm going to clown you though. Yeah, because it's wartime. This is not a joke. I know how to be funny with it. I know how to be funny. I know how to fight and do warfare while having fun. That's the people that's the most dangerous, that actually enjoy and have fun in warfare. We've been made that sick. My sense of humor is that dark. I was fashioned from hell. So if we the people that's the phoenix, the little phoenix birds rising from the ashes, my wings is made out of fire. You know what I'm saying? All I'm doing is is breathing fire. I don't even want to participate. I don't want to play nothing if it ain't war. I don't want to play no games unless it's war games. So since we like to play, we like beef, we like debates. We don't like these kind. You don't want to debate with me about no real life stuff. I don't care nothing about no quoting no scriptures and nothing like that. Let's really do some show and prove stuff. Let's show and prove. Kanye crazy. Nah, you crazy. Kanye, that's like the coward way. Because you can't say he's lying. You can't say Kanye is lying, and you can't say Kanye is a coward. Just think about that. If it's a man, if it's another black man, if another man is saying Kanye is crazy, you ain't saying he a coward. It sounds tough when Tupac say it, right? I'm suicidal, so don't stand near me. I'm on every move is an uncalculated step. Or that sounds tough when he say it, because he dead. When a living black man say it, it make you look like a punk. Make you look like a coward because you're not willing to say what he's saying publicly. You're not willing to do it. Yeah, we all got the same 24 hours in a day. Look what Ye did with his, and look what he's doing with his current 24 hours. Still popping it against Satan. What you saying? What have you made yourself known for saying with your 24 hours in a day? Nah, he ain't crazy. Nah, that's divine. That's king shit. That's God shit. Yeah, Kanye crazy. Yeah, if you was talking like, and dude, honest, like he brutally honest. He's impulsive, right? He don't fit in with the gangsters, allegedly. Or is he really a gang? Is he really a boss, a mob boss? Is he really a godfather? Because what is the he ain't. Just think about it, man. I don't know. I personally don't know of no black man that made billions of dollars, that is worth billions of dollars currently, and didn't get there by sacrificing human life. So Kanye is the first one to tell you, I ain't never deleted nobody. I ain't no gang member. I ain't no tough guy, this and that. You can't find no blood trail behind my billions. No, I'm a nerd, remember? I'm a little pink polo, F-bomb, rainbow F-word. And I'm clowning y'all. Baby daddy killer, you about to get blocked, but I'm gonna just play this because this is the example of the coward stuff that I'm talking about. Baby daddy killer, hop on the live before you get blocked. You got 2 or 3 minutes. So the Wrench Mob God Squad loves to string y'all up for comments like that. Show up. Don't 304 up. Show up. Let's talk about it. Let's let the people see what you look like. So I'm gonna leave that up until 3 minutes is up. But that's what we do. That's the example of what we're talking about right there. So the man really lost his mama, but you, Goofy's gonna accuse him of sacrificing his mama. Yep, you the problem. You the coward piece of boo-boo that our society is dealing with, that the trash man need to take out. Mm-hmm. I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, you got the black NOI hood Johnny Cochran defending Ye. That's my client. Ye is my client. Yep. Right. Third Eye TV. Yeah. Well, I mean, what kind of even name is that? That's a straight troll rainbow sprinkle name. That's a rainbow sprinkle name. That's a COINTELPRO rainbow sprinkle name. I don't know. Is that supposed to be a dude or a female? I don't know. It's rainbow. That's a rainbow name. Ramadan is over. Yep, back chopping. Hassan Chop, back with the sword, sharper than ever. Marcus, right? Straight Buster name. That don't even make no sense. But we love the trolls. Trolls keep us entertained over here. But yeah, Dre, I mean, not Dre. Yay. Uh-oh. What am I channeling? Yay said, I'm an evil person. I'm jealous like God. Is God really jealous? Or is that just some Christianity Bible foolishness that they put in the book? Is God jealous? Just because he don't want nobody worshiping somebody else as God, is that jealous? You know what I mean? I don't think that's jealous. I think that's just truthful and intelligent. That's correct data. Why would you give somebody else credit that don't belong to them? I don't mean I'm jealous. It means I'm your God, and whoever you claiming is God that's not God is not God. What that mean? I'm jealous. And if you intend, I mean, if you is just hell bent on acknowledging and praising and serving and promoting somebody else as God instead of the real God, then I'm gonna prove I'm God, because I'm gonna destroy you and the God that you claim is God, the fake God. That's showing and proving. That's the showdown, the challenge that we all about today. Whoever you think is the real, then you can prove they're not the real by destroying them. Right? If your God is the real God, he can destroy me. If my God is the real God, he can destroy you. That's how you prove it. Talk is cheap. Ain't no talk. The only talk is that. Run that fade. So I'm waiting. But it's 117 people. I like that number. 117, 11 and a 7. Hit the like button, man. And, hit the like. Give me some topics. It's going to be up. It's going up. I'm going to be very offensive from here on out. If y'all don't mind, hit the like button. Share the video. Share the subject matter. Something we can talk about. I'm 1,000% behind Ye on this subject. The subject that he going in on regarding the KKK outfit, the iced out swastika chain, all of that he's promoting. I understand that, and I can defend that, and I appreciate it. Right? Why wouldn't you appreciate redistributing the pain and making them feel pain and making them feel uncomfortable and offended the way that they make us feel offended by pushing the N-word and pushing gang banging and self-deletion and Planned Parenthood? That makes all the sense in the world. Why are you mad? If you black, why are you mad? You should be cheering him on. Yeah, make them uncomfortable. But you got a Captain Save 'em scrotum bib for the small caps. You got a bib on, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get some of that scrotum milk from the small caps. No, I'm 1,000% with him on that. Third Eye, how about Marvin Sapp closing them church door? Right. Hey man, you see it. Jabril, a lot of people can't read between the lines. Calling people just for not understanding them is the crazy. Calling them crazy just for not understanding them is the craziest. That's the cowardice. That's coward stuff. That's just coward. Anybody, that's what they call Farrakhan, that's what they call Elijah Muhammad. Anybody that's a revolutionary, that's willing to put their life on the line for what they believe in, is called crazy by cowards. Cowards call you crazy, right? Because what is he saying that's a lie? You can't say crazy and he's telling the truth at the same time. You can't call him a liar. If he's not a liar, he's not crazy. Let me say that again. If a person is not a liar, then they're not crazy. Crazy means you're unsound, you're out of touch with reality. You can't be telling constant truth, especially on that level, and be crazy. No, you're just the opposite. You're more sane than the people that's calling you crazy, because you're not in denial about certain realities, and you're not scared to tell the truth. You're not scared to tell the truth. What he's saying is true. What part of what Ye is saying is a lie? I'll wait. What is Ye saying? What has he been saying doing all these rants? That's a lie. I'll wait. If you can't tell me where he lying at, you can't tell me he crazy. That means you crazy. That means you a coward and you crazy. Yeah, because that's just the coward dismissing, trying to dismiss somebody because you can't handle the argument. You can't handle his level of competition. You can't compete with him on his level of activism, his level of warfare. You can't compete with him. His level of business, you can't compete with him. So he's crazy. If Satan calling me crazy, I'm doing something right. If Satan's and devils is calling me crazy, I'm doing something right. Right? I feel weak. I feel mediocre if Satan's and ninjas and all that ain't calling me crazy. That's what I feel. Oh, I ain't upsetting them. I ain't disturbing them. I ain't doing my job. My job is to remove Satan, to agitate and remove, to destroy. I'm at war with Satan. I'm not doing my job if you're not calling me crazy. Right, Brother Brand. Exactly. Courage looks like insanity to a coward. Courage looks like insanity to a coward. It looks like you trying to get yourself deleted, or you want to get yourself in a straitjacket. Who gonna put me in a straitjacket? Somebody that ain't as successful as I am. You ain't got enough money to put me in a straitjacket, because according to your logic and your rule book, I must be more sane than all y'all put together, because I'm worth $3-4 billion in spite of y'all. So that's not insanity. That's jealousy. That's envy. That's a gang of envious little demons that's getting together because they outnumber me, that's going to plot on me and come do something to come crucify me because they outnumber me. Because they can't stand my success. They can't stand my courage. They can't stand this mouth that they can't shut up. That's a whole group of cowards. That's a nation of cowards. It take a nation of cowards to hold me back. A nation of cowards to shut me up. And you still can't shut me up, because what I said is already out there in the atmosphere. It already went into your ears. It's like a virus, a pandemic virus. There's no cure for the truth that just went into your eardrums. You can't unhear it. You can't get it out. You can't chelation out. You can't detox the truth out your system. You convicted. That's why they don't want you to hear it. That's why they got to cancel you and don't never let your words be heard by the people, because immediately, as soon as you hear it and understand it, you convicted. You're responsible for what you heard. And then the blood is off of the messenger's hands. Whatever you do after that point is on you. But it ain't even a bad thing. It's to your benefit. Like all of this is benefiting you. is in your favor. All this revolutionary truth that y'all calling crazy and y'all scared to stand up with and behind, it's in your favor. But you know how we do. We do our heroes. You know how we do our freedom fighters and our saviors. We sell them out. We take 30 pieces of silver. We Judas them. Or we crucify them because of our envy, because we jealous that we didn't have the heart and the testicles or the courage to do what they doing. And then real warriors show up and start saluting them and giving them props like I'm doing. Oh, I hate that. That nigga ain't nothing. He ain't doing nothing. Why you ain't giving me that kind of credit, Cam? Because you ain't did nothing close to what Ye is doing. I ain't heard you do nothing but criticize and falsely accuse and slander people like Ye. Yeah, I'll never give you credit till I see you doing or I hear you doing something like we doing. Credit for what? For being quiet? You want me to throw you a thanks for being quiet party celebration? You want an award ceremony for keeping your mouth shut when you should have been speaking? Nah. That sounds like so many of our sisters out there, failure parties. Celebrate, let's go sip and paint failure of our relationships. Nah, you don't get no credit from no real ones. Dawn said, I had a small cap tell me I made him feel unsafe. Him? It was a small cap. Yeah, you did. Yes, you did. Yeah. Because you are their biggest fantasy, but also the biggest fear because they know they can't please you one way or the other. They so used to our women being little 304s that turn tricks, that do whatever, these people want because they print the money and they got the fame and all that. So they used to little 304 black girls hopping on that casting couch and doing some Harvey Weinstein party activity. Yeah, you feel uncomfortable if you realize I ain't one of them. I might have used to be. I ain't one now. I don't care like Mary Magdalene. I might have used to did all of that. I don't do it now. So I'm going to make you even more comfortable because you're going to wonder what woke me up? Why I ain't willing to do that no more? Yeah, because I see you. I know who you are. I used to see you as trees and mountains. Now I see you as you are. A weak little Satan. As you will never get the satisfaction or the pleasure of me having me in no kind of pleasant way. You my enemy. Yeah, it don't mean that you wild and emotional. I treat anybody the way I want to be treated, respectfully. But I'll let you know that you my enemy. You can be my enemy, and we ain't got to be cussing each other out. I get treated with so much respect globally because the people know that I know you're the devil. I know y'all are the devil. And then anybody with intelligence, if you are from a genetic devil, identity, then you're gonna be asking the questions: how do I conquer this nature? Because I don't want to be this. I do agree that my ancestors, my forefathers, my grandparents, or whatever, they really was on that time. But I ain't like that. I don't want to be that, Cam. I don't want to go down in history and it's instant respect. Because I'm not going to treat you like that. I'm just identifying what you are. Your own history identifies you. Your own nature, your own genetic makeup identifies you. It's not no derogatory term, but you need to know I see you. I know who you are. I know what you are. Yeah, you should be uncomfortable. You should be uncomfortable. We didn't have to be uncomfortable for 470 years here. It's your turn. It's your turn. And if you can't deal with being uncomfortable, how about deal with not being here at all? Deal with being off the planet. Your choice. You can choose discomfort and go against the wicked nature that you was given, or you can get off the planet. You take the window or the stairs. It's on you. Freedom of choice. You got free will choice. Yeah. But yeah, hit the like button, man. We just passionate. It's just passionate over here. I'm with Ye on that. I'm not with Ye on his choice of females or his choice of business moves. I don't care about fashion and weirdo fashion and all of that. If that's his passion, cool. But that's part of his weakness, you know. You want to do fashion? If the woman that you was just married to, not Kim, but the most recent one, that you got her walking around with see-through, naked, everywhere. Like, yeah, I ain't with none of that. I ain't with mixing my royal blood and my royal intimate energy with nobody else. I ain't with none of that. But he said himself, I just wanted to smash Kim after 2 months. I didn't want no child with her. But I'm going to keep smashing. I'm a freak. You know what I'm saying? So smashing leads to pregnancy. I don't know why y'all would believe in marriage, but I guess if you're a Christian, if you believe in Christianity as given to us by the slave master, then you would believe in the rest of that stuff. The monogamy, marriage rules and all of that, and the rules of America, you know what I'm saying? One nation under God, indivisible, invisible. If you fell for that, then you probably fell for that. And he's learning. He's learning. But as far as identifying and standing up and banging against the small cap energy and enemy, I'm 1,000% with him on that. Until he grows into the wisdom and the knowledge and experience or whatever of the other parts, whatever, that's on him. But right now, I can deal with this. I have plenty to work with to support him on. Same with Candace Owens. But she pushing when it comes to these same people. I don't agree with her choice of personal, intimate spouse mating and her religious beliefs and all that. I don't agree with none of that. But her activism, I agree with. And I'm a Johnny Cochran defense lawyer, attorney for her too when it comes to these small cap subjects. Ben Garcia, it started with him being like a black punk rocker with black skin. Here, Jay was telling us then. Kanye, what was he telling us? Kanye, Ben Garcia. So based on that, I don't know if you're aware that the Nation of Islam, the black Muslims, Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, Farrakhan, Muhammad Ali, all of that, we had a understanding and agreement with the Klan. What that make us? We got a mutual respect and agreement and admiration for certain aspects of the Klan and certain aspects of American Nazi Party. What that make us? It don't mean we agree with no, other stuff, but the stuff that we do agree with them on, what does that make us? Are we Klan Muslims? Are we Klan Islam? Klan Islam? So why are we quick to jump out there and name call because we ain't as successful and we ain't got the life experience or the business experience or the success experience as Ye do or as the Nation of Islam do? Like groups of black men that are heterosexual warriors that you can't punk. We just call them names, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't understand their levels of warfare, their levels of experience, their levels of history and interaction with real enemy. Ye do. And Ye has been counseled for years by Minister Farrakhan. For decades, let me say. Ye been counseled for decades. But Minister Farrakhan never forced him to say, you got to join the Nation of Islam. You got to call yourself a Muslim. Because Minister Farrakhan know he's a God. Ye is a God. Just like you a God. Just like I'm a God. You don't need to call yourself a Muslim. Look what you're doing. You proving what you are. So why is he crazy? We made white people. We can't associate with them. We can't affiliate with them. We can't praise them for anything that they do. We can't give them credit. We made them. We could do whatever we choose to do. I wouldn't mate with them. I mean, even though we do and we can, I wouldn't. Ain't no intelligent, no wise black person would dilute their blood and put their children, put their offspring through something like that. But we made them. They came out of us. So, but like I said, Ye don't even be on that time. I can defend Ye better than Ye can defend Ye. I can defend Candace Owens better than Candace Owens can defend her on them sensitive parts. It don't mean that they correct. It's just they don't know how to defend themselves, apparently. Some things ain't defensible, but Ye don't be lying. I don't know if Candace Owens be lying because she too young. She not from my generation or whatever. I don't know what her reasons for choosing a white boy or claiming the Pope religion as the best thing, and the Jesus belief through Catholicism as opposed to Protestant or Lutheran or Baptist or whatever. I don't know why. I don't know. But I do know that that's going to be the downfall. If there is a downfall to our sister, that was going to be her downfall. Is her white Catholic British husband and that religion. Absolutely. Same with Ye. If he's going to have a downfall, it's going to be because of his choice, his intimate choices, and who he lay down with. Because that same thing happened with Michael Jackson. You start mixing with him too much. Ye escaped. He escaped to tell the tale. He lived to tell about it. Michael Jackson and all them didn't. You start mixing with them and spending too much of your time and energy, doing for them instead of doing for your own people, representing them instead of representing your own people. Michael Jackson started waking up and started calling them out, calling them devils, and the weirdo, what's the Rabbi Shmuley and Tommy Mottola and all that, them small caps. He started calling them out, but he was too far in the pink. He was too far into the pink by then. Madon.
Yo, Cam, salute.
Salute. What's your thoughts on this so far?
Well, man, it's a lot of mixed feelings out here about what Ye did, man. I was on a couple panels last night where brothers was real angry and real fiery, about the outfit that Kanye was rocking.
About the Black Klan outfit. Why weren't they fiery when Tupac did it?
Yeah, I asked them why weren't they fiery when Dave Chappelle did it, and that was just comedy.
Yeah, well, this is even better than comedy. This is a real point. This is a real principle behind what he's doing. He's telling you why he's doing it. He said he's doing it because the small caps been pushing the N word. They pushing what's painful to us. Why we can't push what's painful to them? And if his own black people cause him pain because he was trying to, be a champion for them, then okay, this is for you too. Then just because y'all killing more of each other than the Klan is.
Facts. And they talk. That's what I was saying. I was like, well, he expressing, how he, and they was like, well, I'm just making excuses. I'm like, nah, man.
You send them over here then. Next time you get on, send them over here because I'm doing this on a regular basis now. So send them over here. Say, Brother Cam said come over here because he defending Ye. He's Johnny Cochran for Ye right now.
Almost deaf. I got you.
Ben Garcia said, did he lie about Chester Bennington? Who is Chester Bennington? Do you know who Chester Bennington is, Madon?
Nah, I never heard of that name before.
Yeah, what you talking about, Ben Garcia? I don't know what that means. Don Samuel said Angie Stone was unalived after calling them out. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't really followed that story, but we ain't been unalive. Why they ain't unalive in the NOI? Ain't nobody calling them out like we are. What's going on with that? What's stopping them? Oh, Lincoln Park. What about Lincoln Park? I'm missing. What is Lincoln Park? A rock and roll group? What is Lincoln like? What did that mean? Was he lying about what? Chester, like, give us the full thing or get on the live, man, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Yeah. Was he lying about Chester Bennington of Lincoln Park? Lying about what? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. That knowing too much would get you killed. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't think it's knowing too much that'll get you killed. Telling too much would get you killed. It ain't what you know. It's about what you what you got the nuts to tell. So Kanye has told way more. People have got deleted for way less than what he been having the nuts to expose.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by lying though? Was he lying? Maybe I didn't understand that because I said what I was asking, was Kanye lying about anything? And you said, is he lying about such and such? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I get frustrated reading comments because you already, if you've watched me long enough, I want to read, especially with a man, a grown man. So I don't, no disrespect, but Jabril, in the Western world, anything been said against the small caps, they will say anti-Semitism. In the Eastern world, the same thing, they will say it's Iran, right? Right. Demigods say, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't lying. I don't know the story one way or the other. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about, so I don't know.
Oh man. Yeah, man. Some brothers really upset about what Ye did, man. They they think he is the white man ninja,
I think those that saying that is the white man's ninja. That's what I think. Because you ain't did nothing close to putting a spotlight against the real enemy as Ye has. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't agree with this personality. Like, we all got personality flaws and character flaws and stuff like that. Like I said earlier, me and Kanye, me and Ye probably couldn't be cool. I probably couldn't be really cool with Dame Dash neither, even though he did stuff for me. But as far as like philosophy and just headstrong, he gonna come down to, I made more money than you. I'm gonna come down to, I got an army that you don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm a part. I made more influence in different kind of ways than you made money. Right? It's gonna come down to what we think is more valuable or what we think is more success. If you think success is money, you know what I'm saying, then all right, well, I can't really tell you nothing. I can show you how your money could get took. And I can show you how your life and your family could get took by soldiers, by an army. You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to in this world. This world is about warfare. You can be right. You can know all of the sciences and the knowledge and all of that, and be an inventor and come up with the cure for cancer and cure for this and that, or free energy. And guess what's going to happen? Your knowledge ain't going to mean nothing because you ain't got no army to protect it. Your billions ain't going to mean nothing because you don't got no army to protect it, protect yourself. So what's really success? What's really the most valuable? So, it's going to be a clash of beliefs when it comes to what success is. And, I'm you better than me because I'm broke. Well, I'm not broke. I'm a member of an army and a whole nation. You just one person that, that can possibly really quickly not be here to enjoy your billions. It's way harder to get rid of my nation and my army than it is to get rid of you.
Mm.
So it's going to come down to that as the days go by, and we're going to see what success really is, success and value really is.
Most definitely. Yeah, man. I think I don't know if people just willfully just being ignorant to what the brother, because I think to me he was very clear. To me, he elaborated, he explained himself real well. Even though some people say he want to say he off his rocker, I beg to differ. Me, the brother, you know what I'm saying? He was potent in what he said. He was clear. He made it understandable to me, that the youngest of minds almost.
Right. Ben say, then who protects Kanye? The same God that protects us. Even though we got an army, we got a God too, though. You know what I'm saying? There's layers to this. There's levels and layers to this. So the same God that, if he's in the God of the Bible that says you are of your father, the devil, he was talking to the Jews of that time. He was calling them the devil, right? If God was your father, then you would love me, right? But you seek to kill me, a man that has told you the truth. You know what I'm saying? I know you. You are not of me and you ain't brothers. You are of your father. You're not of my father. You are of your father, the devil. And the lust of your father you shall do. He was a liar from the beginning, dwelt not in the truth. There is no truth in him, and such and so and so. So anybody, especially if you are a chosen person of God, descendant of slaves, and you don't got to call yourself a Muslim, a Christian, or nothing, but you're exposing God's or Jesus's biggest enemy. That's God. That God gonna protect you, even if you don't know who he is yet, because you're doing his work. And he's saying, it's God. I'm a God. And you know what I'm saying? And God is blessing people through me. God is working through me. That's who protecting him ultimately. But he got FOI security, if you didn't know. Kanye got FOI security, just like Diddy had FOI security, just like Michael Jackson had FOI security. We don't promote or protect sin and criminal. We don't, we can't witness that. And if we do know something about that, then we don't secure them people no more. But spiritually speaking and physically speaking, God and FOI are Kanye's security, and whoever else he chooses, that's not FOI. Dawn, Cam, you rich in all the ways that matter and poor in all the ways that don't. Right. And God gonna enrich us in them other ways too when he please. But this is the riches right here. The riches is in wisdom and understanding and a pure enough heart. You know what I'm saying? Sincere enough heart. Having love, righteous love and family, a believing God, believing family and nation and brotherhood and army. That's wealth. That's riches. That's wealth. That eventually it has to translate into luxury and abundance and gold and all of that. But we got to be tested first, that we can be trusted with nothing. And then once we prove that we able to do good and help raise our people and be servants to our people with nothing, then we prove that we can be trusted with wealth and riches, physical, material wealth and riches. So I don't mind being tested like that. Yeah, but Ye saying I'm an evil person. Did you catch his bars and his logic and reasoning behind saying that and what he compared himself to?
Yeah. I think he articulated it pretty well, you know what I'm saying, showing that hey, I recognize that I'm in the image and likeness of God. So whatever the God that I believe in experience, I'm experiencing, and I'm just expressing it as a physical being on earth, to where a lot of people are just ignorant and think I'm being boastful or being more than myself to a degree when I'm really just being the person that I was presented to be in my fullness. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. So if you're a Christian, exactly what you said. If I'm following this book that y'all Christians say I should follow, but I'm following it, I'm testing it more than y'all willing to follow it and test it and declare myself to be a God, because the Bible said ye are all God's children of the Most High, and the kingdom of heaven is within you. And when you see me, you see the Father and all of that. Why I can't boast? Why can't I boast if he said this is what I am? And this is the God that you claim to believe in as a Christian. Why am I tripping? Why is it blasphemy? Ain't that the same thing that the Jews accused Jesus of while they crucified him? He says he's the son of God, or he's equal with God. Blasphemy. Oh, okay. So you Jewish then. You're not Christian.
hey,
If you don't believe that man is God, or man can be God, or the son of God, or son of man, that means you're not Christian. You a hypocrite. You a liar. Ye standing on 10 toes on his Christianity, the best that he understands from what I can see. So you bet not claim to be no Christian and calling him blasphemy or something. You's a hypocrite.
that's real. That's that what do you say? Yea a little faith. You know?
Yeah. You a little fake. Dominique say Richard Gervais, he said things at the Oscars as a host that get people unalived. They worried about his life until they found out that he held a retainer with a military contractor. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look into that. You know who Richard Gervais is? Y'all, any of y'all? I'm gonna
Nah,
have
I
to
never
look
heard
into
of
that because I don't even watch the Oscars, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, I'll look into it. That's what we about over here. We want real controversial so-called conspiracy theorists, provable, not no wild stuff, not no metaphysical alien and all that business. We talking about exposing real enemies in the flesh, like Candace Owens and Kanye is doing. That's what we interested in. I would say RFK, or like Alex Jones and stuff like that. Little pieces of they stuff be kind of all right, but all of them seem like they got a agreement, or they got made an offer that they can't refuse, so they ain't raw and uncut like they used to be, or like they purported to be. Elements MC, comedian, actor of the original show of The Office in the UK. Oh, okay. Richard Gervais is a comedian actor of the original show The Office in the UK. Yeah, I ain't up on that, but thank you, Elements. All right. You gonna say something, Don?
Nah, I'm like you. I'm not sure who that, never checked out The Office before.
Right. I am Temple. I am H Temple. Did you already discuss Ye's statements about the Kardashian family controlling his access to his children? No, I didn't even go into that part because I just wanted to go into certain parts that our people like to take and run. Like I'm evil, I'm jealous. You know what I'm saying? That part right there, of course, it was a lot of parts that we heard before, and he just keep on repeating his reasoning and his logic, and it makes perfect sense. And what led him to the breaking point of giving an F, because he's saying I didn't give an F at first at this much already, but now I got children. I got children that y'all trying to take from me, and y'all trying to use their mama, my ex-wife, against them and against me. So yeah, I heard that, but I just don't really because I don't really I can't really justify that because academics actually brought that up. Like, you chose her. Why did you choose to have a baby or have a family with her if that's how you felt about it? He was like, I slipped on a banana peel. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he said. Like, but he wasn't trying to justify it. He was like, yeah, I made a mistake. I'm smashing that old Ray J X tape box. You know what I'm saying? And she was love bombing me, or she was lust bombing me, and I was shooting the club up, and that's how that happened.
Oh
Dude, be
man.
honest. Dude is honest.
Yeah, you can't get no better than that when he's being honest, and you can openly we can clearly see the brother's transition through his years of hip hop. We can see Ye ups, we can see Ye downs. You know what I'm saying? So to me, honesty is key, man, and Ye is lifting up his voice like a trumpet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He's saying what nobody else is willing to say. I mean, nobody of his circle. He calling Jay-Z, he calling all the multimillionaire moguls, rainbow F-bombs and broke. He calling them broke because that's what they worship. They worship dollar value. What's your net worth? Oh, since we going by net worth, we're not going by God and manhood and righteousness and principles. We going by net worth. Y'all niggas broke. Y'all broke and y'all F-bomb, rainbow weaklings because y'all ain't got the testicles. Y'all testicles is snipped off because y'all ain't willing to say what I'm saying. Y'all ain't willing to put y'all life on the line and go against who you see I'm going against. And I'm going against y'all. I'm going against who y'all scared of, and I'm going against y'all at the same damn time. So overstanding guys said I watched Tariq Nasheed's perspective, Lord Jamar's perspective, and yours. And yours is the most accurate on the Ye situation in overstanding guys' view. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be critical. A lot of us suffer from what Ye said. Ye suffered from it. I'm jealous. He said, I'm jealous of Kendrick. That it don't get no more honest than that. Ye is like, I'm telling you, he like a little young child in on a basketball court. He don't talk like he's rich. He don't talk like he's wealthy. He talk like he a child, a hurt child that's going, children gonna be honest. They're gonna tell you what they thinking right there on the spot. Like, mama, she stink. You know what I'm saying? That's how Ye is. And he said, yeah, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of Kendrick because, I'm better than him. My music is better. I have hits and I have this. And so he really is frustrated at his own people for siding with Kendrick over him, even on the subject of exposing these small caps. I agree with him on that. Ye is the greatest hip hop representative in as far as activism exposing Satan. Kendrick don't come nowhere close when it comes to that subject. But he's expecting other rap peers and the industry peers to see what I see and be able to speak up on him like I'm willing to speak on. They're not gonna do that. You're gonna be brokenhearted. You're gonna remain disappointed and brokenhearted. And hopefully you don't crash out because of that, because you're looking for credit from cowards. You're looking for credit from cowards. You need to look for credit from the gods, like you say you represent. But he was honest. He said, I'm jealous. And he said, I already got no problem with Kendrick. I love Kendrick. I'm just jealous because these other people is using Kendrick to hurt me, using Kendrick to spite me, using Kendrick to say Kendrick is up here with it and he's the greatest and he's this. Well, he is in his lane. Overall, he is because of his youth, not because of his, necessarily his track record. He's the present champ. He ain't the greatest of all time. Ye might be the greatest of all time, but K-Dot is the present current reigning champion. That's what Minister Farrakhan even said. He's the boss now. It don't mean he's not standing on Kanye's shoulders. He's standing on Ye's shoulders. But Ye, if you been in the spotlight and you was a champ, you don't know how to retire. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got some fight in you, you're not trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? It can be two champions. You don't believe that? Like, no, you falling into the COINTELPRO trap. Yay, it could be two greatest. He's the greatest in that. You the greatest in this. But we believe we falling into the whole selfish it can only be one, and that's what make us slip.
Yep, that goat trying to be that goat always.
Yeah. Dominique, saying things that to the small hat people's face is up your alley. Look up the name and Oscar speech to hear the people he called out. Okay, I will do. Will do. I am Temple. He said that about small cap people. He said he is jealous on how their community is set up. Yeah, yeah. That's honest. What's wrong with being honest? Because that's the language that he believe in as a Christian. If God is saying I'm a jealous God and he's supposed to be like God, then he's looking for things that he can be honest that he jealous about. I'm jealous about Jewish people's unity and a business acumen. I'm jealous about Kendrick's current love and attention and fame and people, putting him on the top of Super Bowls and this and that, just like Snoop. Snoop was at the Olympics. Kendrick is opening the Super Bowl. Kanye knows that he deserves that. That's just like myself. That's why I can relate to that. I know my value. I know my body of work. I know my influence on the rappers that I have helped make successful. Your favorite rappers. All only to be ignored and only to be written out of history. And if I didn't have the knowledge and understanding and wisdom and revelation and guidance and example of Farrakhan, then I might be on some super crash out stuff too. Because I know my body of work is far more, 1,000 times more valuable than your favorite multimillionaire or billionaire rapper. One of my raps is worth more than all of their raps put together. One of my interviews of who I'm talking about and who I'm exposing and who I'm representing and what I'm representing is worth more than all they interviews put together. I know what I'm worth in dollars and cents. And so do Satan. That's why they don't promote us. So I understand Ye's dilemma, you know what I'm saying? His emotional issue, because he was allowed to get that spotlight and get the attention and get the benefits. And then they took it. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing you allowed to taste luxury or you allowed to taste the crown or whatever, and then they take it from you because it's their crown. It's not God's. God got a crown for you that they can't take. Are you willing to endure until he give you the real crown? Because you're already paying the price. You're already doing what qualifies you to get his crown, but you looking for a rapper, entertainer crown. You looking for Satan's world crowns and shit. You wasting your energy worrying about that.
Yeah, because I think Ye did. If my memory serves me right, he did pose the question where he was like, show me where some black people or black men can get together and build this or build that without being financed by the small hats or something to that effect.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Show me how you can get that money or get that fame without the J's like I did. Yeah, I started out with them, but then they stripped me. They robbed me blind, and then they canceled me, canceled all my deals, and then I bounced back on their ass in spite of them. And that's why I can talk. I can say what nobody else can say because nobody else did it. Nobody else did it. Prince didn't do it. Michael Jackson didn't do it. R. Kelly didn't do it. All of the people that said something bad against them people and wasn't able to bounce back, they had to go on an apology tour. Who the only nigga didn't apologize and bounce back on some billions? Bounce back on some billions on them. Ye is the only one.
Ye.
Ye. Yeah, not him. He went quiet. I'm way more of a man in conscience because of your body of work, man. All praises due to Allah. All praises due to the Most High, by whatever name you call him. Yeah, because you are God. Ye are gods. You are all gods. We are all gods. Children of the Most High. And children are meant to grow up into adults and surpass their parents. So if God is telling you in the Bible, if you believe in the Bible and he's telling you that we are all gods, you supposed to stay children or are you supposed to grow up and be what he is? Yeah. Man, what else there? What else is there? Y'all got some? I got my management. The management is in the building. You want to tell them what to do?
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so when we do new upload and live, you always get notified.
Always get notified. Hit that, all that stuff she said. What you say, hit?
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I can't say it slow.
Right. So hit all that good like stuff, man. 128 people, 130 people. Hit the like button. Share this, subscribe. Participate, comment. You can disagree. That's just going to be good content, good conversation. I am back on my war mode, so I will, if you disagree, I will call you out.
Because Ramadan's over.
Ramadan is over with. Grace is
April 2nd.
It's April 1st. Well, April 2nd on the East Coast. It's April Fool. Anybody want to be an April Fool and get this work? Yeah, I'm here for it. The Lord used to look out for babies and fools, but grace is over with. He ain't looking out for fools no more. Just babies. Scorpion King, I would say in hip hop, I give Ye his props, but you and Professor Griff have been the strongest against the enemy in the industry. I give Ye his props. Yeah, as a I want to say political, as activist stance, I could say that, but Ye is actually talented as a producer and a rapper. Professor Griff didn't rap. You know what I'm saying? He was more of a narrator, before, so he don't have a body of work of rapping his activism. And you know what I'm saying? He's not known for being a tight producer or a tight rapper or nothing like that. No, can't take nothing away from his activism because, he in a class of his own when it comes to his activism against the real beast. But we talking about the actual art form, the music, the quality of the music. So Ye is unmatched. Ain't no producer and rapper. Who was a producer and rapper that come anywhere close? Not Dre, not Dr. Dre. Name it, not DJ Quick. These are all my loved ones. You know what I'm saying? They ain't coming nowhere close to Kanye. Nowhere. On musically. Let alone his activism, his conscious activism stand. Yeah. Peace, righteous by nature, man. Thank you for hanging out with us. Always good to see you. Dominique Henderson, Princess on deck. Salute. That's right. But yeah, I guess we can get out of here. I didn't realize I've been on here that long. Anything you want to say, Madame?
Well, hey man, I just tell the people, man, if they can get past Ye's fit and just hear the message and what he's really saying, man, and just, peek that out. That's what, I see a lot of people over emotional about the fit, which I mean, I can understand why, that's the history, but at the same time, what he was saying about those that he feel as those been our oppressors for years is way more important.
But what's wrong with the fit? I don't get that. What's wrong with the fit? It's a Black Klan uniform. Like, I don't understand what's wrong with that.
Well, I guess for some, it brings back an old memory of an image that's been stamped in the history of Black people. For some people, like, this outfit represents torture.
Of what people? It represents the torture and all that of what people? Of Black people, right? So it was white hoods and sheets doing it to Black people. So now if he got black hood and sheep, what is that saying?
I feel you coming from, but you know, our people, we can't. You know,
Well,
some of our
send
people.
them over here to me, Madon. Send them over here to me. We'll get into this all week. We'll stay on this all week because I want all of that emotional foolishness. I want all that April foolishness.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send them, bro, because they sweat. You know, they sweat or whatever they believe in. That you know they, Madon, they was calling me Madon Coon Met. You know, like I was cooning for money. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo.
Yeah, well, send them over here and come over here with me. You know what I'm saying? And you just hold back because I, sit and sit on the, not on the sideline, but sit in the courtroom and let me defend you too.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna sit back and observe. You know, for sure, man. I'm because they swear they got they got the work. You know, don't nobody want to smoke with them. That's what they say out their own mouth. Don't nobody want this smoke. You defending Ye, Brent. So I'm gonna send them over here, man.
Yeah, send them over. Say, Cam want to smoke. I want to smoke, and I want you to compare your track record of black activism against mine.
Most deaf. I got you.
Yeah. So yeah, man. On that note, I'm gonna get on out of here because you see the trying to get in the picture. Say peace, y'all. Say peace to the people. Y'all eyes looking red. Yeah, man. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. And support the Cash App if God puts it on your heart. If Ye puts it on your heart. If ye all God puts it on your heart. Until tomorrow, myself and my contributor on the street in the YouTube streets, Madon Commit, man, we saying peace from the Kam-Pain show. Until tomorrow, God willing, we out.
Peace.